Good morning, Codger Biker here, out and about and just testing out my new sw-motech centre stand. Let's see what it's like. Well, this is this year's British summer. Last year was tremendously hot. This year, gloom and doom. That's why we have weather and not a climate. So anyway, I know we've got thunderstorms forecast for later on, so I thought I'd get out, have a ride around. Had a couple of questions about the centre stand, and to be honest, I'm a bit curious myself as to whether it will affect the handling and performance of the bike. So far I've noticed nothing, apart from I have twice already bashed the back of my left leg. Whether that's the centre stand or just that I've got used to not having one, I don't know. I guess muscle memory will kick in at some point. It's basically been when I've been pulling away from the traffic lights, been a little bit slow on my leg, and I've just felt a little nudge in the back from it. Can't remember whether that was the same on the Africa Twin or not. But you have obviously there is a foot poking out, or a leg, whatever you want to call it, for putting the stand down, so that's not going to be an unusual event, I would have thought. So I'm going down a few bumpy lanes just to see if there's any clanking. I haven't heard anything at all. I have to say it's very smooth going on and off the stand. Unlike the Africa Twin, there are no rubber bungs on it to absorb any shock. Rather, it seems to work by the shape of the actual pivot, so that it can only go so far either way. So it seems to be pretty solid. Generally sw-motech stuff is. By the way, I've got no association with sw-motech. I buy these things myself. I only bought this stand because it's the only one available at the moment. Be interested to see what the KTM one looks like, whether it follows the same design. It can't be too different because of the mounting points. So I've done a few miles. The sky is really miserable looking today, and I've not noticed any difference whatsoever from the way the bike normally rides. Well, there wouldn't be really, but you might get clunks and clumps. I haven't noticed any. I've had a couple of questions, so I'll pull in a bit further down here and try to answer those questions. I don't actually know the answers, so we'll find out together. Just hang on. Woohoo! Here's a couple of speed bumps. I'll take them a bit faster than I would normally. No clunk. No clunk. No clunk. So, nothing to report so far. Okay, so here we are in the countryside. Somebody asked me, does it interfere with the side stand? Well, there's the side stand down. I hope you can see that. And side stand up, side stand down. Doesn't seem to be anything in particular causing any problems. I didn't hear any bumping or banging. It seems to be quite solid when it's up. As I say, the stop is here. It's not. There's no rubber stops on there. It's actually stopped by the shape of it on the mounting. Now, of course, I am concerned by the fact that that stand is on those foot peg mountings, which appear to be into the engine case. Fundamentally, when you put it onto the stand, presumably all the weight is going onto the engine case. I saw somebody weigh one of these bikes, There's about 100 kilograms on the back and 100 kilograms on the front when it's standing on the ground. So presumably it's equivalent to 100 kilograms at least when it's on the centre stand. So I won't be sitting on it. That's one thing. You often see people sitting on their bikes and rocking them backwards and forwards. I've got it mainly for maintenance. Now I've twice caught my leg on that. But it's a centre stand. Short of putting the leg on the other side, which, let's face it, is not normal, I don't see what else you could do with it. It's got to be the easiest centre stand for this class of bike. Basically, I weigh less than 12 stone with all my gear on. I just stand on that and the bike goes on. Very simple. You can put it on with the side stand down or not down. Stand on it. If I stand on it, it goes onto the centre stand, and I just think it looks epic when it's on the centre stand. I don't know why, but it just looks beautiful, man. Especially with all the dirt on it. Perhaps I need to get a life. Right, I'm going to try and film myself putting it on the centre stand at a better angle. I'll just try that. Well, I would have edited that bit in, won't I? Yeah. While I'm here, just mention about the sw-motech bag, which I am using. I find it very useful. Not much use unless you unzip this part, I have to admit. In there today I've got a punch repair kit, two actually. I've got a dyno plug, some cartridges, and a gear gremlin tyre repair kit. So I hope to be prepared for anything. I've got something to eat. All healthy. I will not be eating that. A carton of drink, spare camera batteries, and I hope, oh yeah, house keys. So you can get quite a bit in it. You can put your wallet here, or at least some money in that pocket. It seems to be very good. The one thing you've got to be very careful with, because it's mounted on the wrong way around, I think it makes it worse, is it's easy to mishook the front of it and it can fall off. Some people have said, and I thought about it, that you could turn this plate round, which you could do, but then you'll lose this toggle here. So basically it works fine. You just have to make sure that you have to make absolutely certain that that front part is in and locked, or it would fall off, which should be somewhat annoying if it's got my house keys in it and my wallet. Other than that, it's very useful. I don't need a tail pack now when I go out. There's my glove. Almost fits underneath. The wheel turns smoothly. Put my hand underneath easily. So it's about an inch off the ground, 25mm or so. And obviously going to be useful for oiling the chain, which will then give me all that oil dripping down the side of the engine casing that keeps making me wonder if I've got an oil leak or not. Incidentally, I oiled the chain on Wednesday, and on Thursday morning I had a pool of oil under the bike. But I actually collected it on cardboard and looked at it carefully. It was definitely a chain lube. Today, since I've cleaned it away, it's gone again. So every time I oil the chain, I end up with some oil or chain lube underneath the bike. Very annoying, but it's not engine oil because it evaporates. So basically, it seems to be a very useful accessory. Easy to fit apart from the bastard spring. I'd get somebody else to do that if I was you. I've done one before, so I knew what to expect. This one was actually easier than the Africa Twin. Whether that's because the spring was easier or because I've got a bit more experience with it, I can't say. But yeah, I'd get it done professionally. I've left the bobbins on. I don't know if I need those now. The tyre, it's done, coming up to 1500 miles, doesn't look too bad. I'm guessing it will flatten off with my kind of riding. Quick Shift Plus is back on the menu after the firmware was sorted. You can see it there. I can turn it on or off. Also, my navigation is working, as you shall see when I go back onto a main road. So you might be able to see that KTM ride navigation is back in play. And it's in miles as well. I changed the units on the phone app. Right, it's very, very humid, so I'm going to get some miles in. Some refreshing air blowing past. Very nice when it's humid. Motorcycling. I'm only in rain mode. Rally, that's what you want to be in. Hey! That's more like it. Oh, I love rally mode. Woohoo! Got my slippers in the morning. Oh yeah, somebody described my channel as amiable ramblings. Oh, I love that. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You hear that, Ludwig? Amiable ramblings. What do you mean they're not amiable? Okay. He's in a bit of a mood, I think. Should be happy you got a new side stand. Yeah, I mean centre stand, you're right. Okay. Let's concentrate on the road.